Right, so let's start this off with how we usually do, with a quick recap of last session. I didn't do a very long session last time, only a couple hours. I'll just hit on the big points. Two new people got added to our class. Crow, from the year above us, was informed that he did not have enough credits to graduate, and if he did not get them, then he wouldn't graduate. And so he came to Sarah complaining about that, and her solution was join class 7. If you do that for the remainder of the year, then the deal I just made with the principal means you can graduate. The other transfer was Milliam Orion, one of the Iron Bloods that work directly under Chancellor Gilead Osborne. A young girl that is able to use a silver puppet that looks very similar to some of the training dummies that we have fought again in earlier practical exams. We did our usual stuff. We helped out around the school. We crap, I can't remember all of them, but the main important one is we helped out with the motorcycle again. It was a sidecar was added to it, and we helped out with that. The second thing we did was, as usual, we went and explored the old schoolhouse, where we went to the 5th floor. Besides the general changes that had happened, nothing much had changed. It was just another floor with another boss. At the end of it, we defeated it and made our way back out. This time there was no tremor or event that taught us something else had happened from the castle. Within the schoolhouse, not castle. After that, we had our practical exam, which consisted of the class being split into 3 teams. Team President, which was the team of the 4 girls. Team Vice President, which was the team of the 4 guys. And Team Whatever, which consisted of Reen, Crow, and Milliam. Team Whatever had to fight both Team President and Vice President, and we succeeded. Afterwards, we were given our field study assignments, where Group A, which consisted of Reen, Milliam, Emma, Laura, Gaius, Reen, Milliam, Emma, Gaius, Laura, and I think there was one other, but I can't off the top of my head remember. It wasn't Elisa. It might have... Eustace. Eustace was the last one, that's right. And we were going to Laura's hometown of Legrand. And Group B was the remainder of Fee, Macias, Crow, Elliot, and Elisa going to the Dry Economic Zone. Sorry, the Dry Special Economic Zone, which was another area that Gilliam had, or Osborn had annexed over the years. So at Laura's hometown, we learnt that not all Bracers guilds across the Empire were removed, though most of them were, and we got a better idea of how it happened, and that mostly it was Gilliam's, Osborn's fault. We met the Bracer Torval, who we had already met in Boreahard, except at that time we hadn't learnt his name. Torval was the man in the white coat with the blonde hair, or at least I think it's blonde. I'm colorblind, so I wouldn't know. I'm just assuming because it's a very light color, and that's usually what that light color is. Moving right along. Our jobs were to help train some of the students up at Laura's father's training, sword training school, defeat a monster on the nearby Ebel Path, and put some Orbal lamps that were not working properly. So replace some Orbal lights in Orbal lamps that weren't working properly. We did all that. Afterwards, we fought and defeated. When the big important thing was basically fighting at the school, the sword training academy, where we fought Laura's butler, Klaus, who is also the master of the school when Laura's father isn't around. We beat him in a 4-on-1 fight. It was kind of tough, but we managed to pull through. Afterwards, when we went to return to Torval to let him know that we had completed all of the quests, all of the missions, what have you, it found out that Laura's father had completed his tasks outside of Legram fast enough to return, and we introduced ourselves to him and had dinner with him. Afterwards, Reen challenged Victor Sarseed, Laura's father, to a duel where he got his ass royally kicked, because let's face it, he just wasn't up to snuff. After that, Victor basically said, if you're not going to use your full power, I'm going to force it out of you. Whereupon Reen activated that berserker mode that turns his hair white again and fought. Again, got his ass kicked, but was actually able to do damage this time, and was able to come closer to understanding just what that is and how to one day control it. Afterwards, everyone went to bed for the night, where Emma had a conversation with a dark shadow that looked like a shape of a cat. Spoiler, it was Celine. Spoiler, she can talk. About something that was going on in the Lohengrim Castle, which is on the opposite side of the lake to Legram. Some sort of thing is happening there, and while it is not under their jurisdiction, they being Emma and Celine, they have no reason to deal with it. They feel they should because they're in the area. So they're going to try and subtly direct Laura to it so that we go and investigate and see what's going on and try and fix it. The only other thing that we did before I went off was we got our next quests from Torval, which was defeat another monster in Ebel Valley, which was unknown. I had no idea what it was. And one other thing for the church, which was an offering to the departed, where we have to go collect some materials to offer to Saint Sandlot, the former ruler of Lohengrim Castle and leader of the Eisenritters that were a branch of knights that worked with Emperor Dreykus when he went on his mission to conquer the lands. Mission isn't the word I was looking for, neither was crusade, but I can't think of what I was, so I'm going to leave it there, and let's just get into it, shall we? I will quickly reread the quests we got. I was already on quest, so I don't know why I did that. Oh, last thing I forgot. After our field study, instead of being sent back to school, we're going to go to Guerrilla Fortress. So first, let's go up to the cathedral. We'll do that one first. Hello, Femoris. Accept the request. I'm digging this music. But I mean, I think I like anything that has flutes in it. Five cleared gelatin, and a type of seasoning called white seed, and 5 hearty powder. 2 of those drop from enemies. 1 of those we get from one of the cook in Laura's house. Let's face it, it's a mansion. They were saying something about this guy who was sort of... Alright, so let's go... Get the white seed from over here. And I need clear gelatin and hearty powder. Let's see if I have any of them. Maybe I can just hand this in right now. Clear gelatin, I've got 8 of. Hearty powder, I've got 13 of. So I can just go hand it in right now. Also, I really like the fact that their sigil is, a hawk holding a sword and a trumpet. That's spectacular, in my opinion. So let's go offer them to St. Sandlot. But first, something I forgot to do earlier.
Ooh, this...
Fishing!
Wow, this is a big one! Huh. Caught one! Huh. Wow, this is a big one!
Alright, now with that out of the way. Alright. Celestial Bomb EX. Right, now let's go kill us a monster. But first, now that it's not foggy, we can see, which means more of the map is open to us, because, as you can see, more of the map is open to us. Alright, so I'm gonna go up north. Certain things that we couldn't see, like this tree blocking our way before. Characters with strike-type field attacks of B rank or higher can destroy fallen logs and certain other objects. That is something that comes up a few times in this game, but not a whole lot. It comes up a bit more in Cold Steel 2, though.
We have the advantage.
Here we go! My turn. I leave this to you.
Come on, Lammy! Blow him away! Yeah,
Oh, no one's...
my turn.
Here we go!
I was wondering why I wasn't getting, thingamajiggers,
Nice.
links.
It's enormous. Stay on guard.
Oh, that one looks
Here we
tough.
go.
This'll be fun.
Second form. Gale! Go!
Yeah. Gleaming blades. Go. My turn. No. Gotcha. My turn.
My turn.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you didn't stand a chance. Yes, sir.
I've got this.
Okay. Of course. My turn.
So hard to see anything past the Lammy.